So Max, how's Robbie? How's he coming along?
Well, Robbie's coming along much better. You know, he's. I was talking to Will the other day. He's receptive.
Okay.
Language is a lot easier for him to understand. The commands. Let's say if I say to him, "Go put your shoes on because we want to go outside," and before I had to point it out to him, which it was more. It was more like directional, visual. So now he can be turned around, you know, and listen to what I ask him to do, and he'll just stop, go put his shoes on, and then if he doesn't have his jacket, I say, Rob, you gotta get your jacket on because it's cold, and his jacket is on him. So that's something that he never had before the drink, the therapy that he's getting.
Okay.
Can he dress himself? Like put a shirt on?
Yeah, he actually does. Before, what we notice now is that before, when he used to dress up himself, right, he would put his clothes inside out. So he didn't have that, for example, the hoodies, right? You put the hoodies in the back and the hoodie in the front. Now it's like almost, you know, some things are still not there, but he's more coordinated with that stuff. You know, he's more like, okay, so the hoodie goes in the back, but again, it might be up inside out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's something that he's still not there. However, you know, is the fact that he understands more, and it's understood faster. So the speech is now like, Robbie, please go get me, like we used to do before. Now it's like almost like a conversation, right? So can you please go put your shoes on? We gotta go. Last night I was working on his. He likes when I massage him. He loves to be massaged, man. I mean,
Me too.
yeah. But I'll tell him go on the sofa, turn around. I'll massage your back first. I got oils, you know, so I give him a nice massage. He relaxes it, and then I said turn around. I'll massage your stomach. Now I started with his feet.
Yeah, my wife, my 17-year-old daughter, always coming to her. I'm massaging my toes. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Your mother.
Yeah.
So my wife, she
Yeah.
loves it.
So what that does is to him, like I said, listen, I'm gonna touch points on your feet that correspond to the head, to the whatever. So I was doing something to him yesterday, and I'm touching his toes, right? And I'm like, Robbie, you gotta count with me because I can only press for 10 seconds. So. And I'm like 1, and he's like 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm like, you know that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why are you going 7, 8, 9, 10? You don't want me to do that? No. He just wanted a massage. He didn't want no pressure. So that's something that he never had.
Yeah, you notice how my son is walking around now more calmer than Will when you first met him. He was jumping all over the place.
I think he's playing pool.
Oh yeah, he likes to hear the sounds of the ball going in the side pocket. But he's gotten a lot better. I think with the therapy or with the solution. He's definitely more calm. I mean, both of them. I mean, Jordan, I think because, you know, as you see Justin, he's 6'3", 230 pounds. He's a grown man, but he's only 14 years old. So that's like, and when people see him, they can't believe he's only 14. You know, where's this guy, 20, 21 years? No, he's still a baby, he's still a kid. But with him, it's the stuff is just working so beautifully that it's calmed and it's mellowed him out. Like before, he was never like this. So that's a beautiful thing. Well, the characteristics that Justin, as you see him walking around while we're talking, and he's, what's up, baby? Oh, you're gonna go home. You're gonna go home in a little while, okay? You gonna let Daddy finish up?
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
You gonna go sit with Jordan?
Yeah.
Okay, go sit with Jordan. Daddy gonna finish up.
So calm.
See, that interaction, like
Wow.
before, he would be grabbing me, pulling me, telling me, "Let's go now."
Right.
Not now, right now. Like, and he's strong enough to pull you and make you go. But now he's more calm.
He's more calm than me.
Yeah.
So that gives me great hope. Great hope.
And it's nice that it's not a forced conversation, which, you know, that means a lot because a forced conversation is, no, you have to go sit down. It's like a real soft conversation where he understood everything that was meant.
And that's the key. He understood it.
And even after you told him, he just walked away calm.
Yeah. Even Robbie would have never made me come here.
No kidding.
Because before I came here, I went home and I took him out and I did my thing with him. And I took him to get his iced tea. And then I said to him, Rob, I gotta take a shower and go out. And he's like, okay. And he was good with that. He would never
So
be
he
good
stays
with
with your wife.
He was with my wife, yeah. And relax, not a problem.
And I know you've told me many times, but I love hearing it. So what does she say now? If you call her now,
Oh, he's an angel. That's all it is. I mean, you know, you saw the text. He's an angel. Like, he used to go to sleep at 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, even when it was daylight. right? So at 5, 6 o'clock, he would just go, I'm going to bed. You couldn't stop him. Even if you like played music in the house, it really didn't matter. He wanted to go to sleep around that time. 6 o'clock, that was it. Then when we started on the therapy, it's like almost he's saying, you know, I don't want to go to sleep because I'm gonna be a problem for you guys, but it's like I just don't want to go to sleep.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so it's something that it just came out now after the drink, after the therapy, and he's slowly coming on into that. So he'll stay up until 10 o'clock sometimes, 11 o'clock, and sometimes even 1 o'clock watching TV.
He feels good.
He feels okay with himself, and then you know when I have enough, I'll just go to sleep, and 10 minutes later he's in his bed.
Wow.
So when he watches TV, does he eat ice cream, chocolate?
No. He's out of
Potato
those.
chips.
He's out of those.
Nice.
He's out of those. Junk food for him, it's non-existent now.
That's great.
It used to be a part of his life. I mean, he never watched TV. So if we would sit down and I would eat, he could eat a box of Oreos in
Oh, wow.
1 minute.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Just
So why do you
gulp it
think
down.
it just went completely no Oreo cookie?
No junk food. No chocolate chips. No French fries.
Wow.
No whatever it was that would calm him down. That we thought it would calm him down, right? It just gone. He really doesn't even ask for it. It's been 3 or 4 months now. About 3 to 4 months. I don't have sugar in me either. I don't drink sugar because it bothers me. So now when I do the tea, because we drink a lot of teas, he drinks it with no sugar,
Wow.
completely.
And
I
you-
mean, it's just.
And how about your two? Did they cut out the
Oh,
garbage?
they're very low. Like, and it's because of me. Because sometimes my big boy Justin, he'll ask for McDonald's. So like today, I did give him a treat. You know what I mean? Because, and it's not often,
But
but
it's not sugar.
oh no.
But like, did they like Oreos?
All this stuff.
All
I
that
mean,
stuff.
chips. I mean,
And now no?
everything. No, not as much. Like, and sometimes it's because I do give him a little treat here and there. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's not like
Overdone. Not a whole
no.
box.
My younger, my smaller twin. I'm talking about in the morning time. He'll come to you with potato chips, cookies. That's the first thing he wanted in the morning, before even breakfast. Now, nothing.
Because I think, honestly, I think it's like when atypical person, right? When you feel nervous, or some people don't eat, and some people eat, just because of that. And I think that, and I think that the fact that they're feeling better about themselves, they're not asking as much as make me feel good food, or just the fact that you chew on something. You know when you start chewing on something, you feel a little bit better. I mean, that's what I think. Why Robbie doesn't want it no more, because he feels a little bit better with himself.
And me as a type of diabetic, so it's very difficult to control your blood sugar.
Yeah.
You know? So before, I used a different therapeutic, not to have the shots. So before that, I always wanted to have a pastry in the morning with my coffee. I wanted sweets. Now it's the same thing. I took not this therapy, another one where it cut that desire. It's doing something to my body where I don't have that desire to have sweets. And then your body becomes more healthy, and then you get into a phase where you feel better, and then you don't have that desire for sweets. And I think, like you said, whether it's depression, not feeling good,
Yes.
I know when I eat, I feel better.
Yes, no,
But
definitely.
if I feel good, if I'm running around, I'm busy, I don't eat much.
And like I've been around the community a lot, the autistic, because a lot of friends, and that's what's in common. The food, the eating, and it's not. I think it's because of anxieties and stress. And that sugar rush gives you that calmness. But now he just, it's been 3 or 4 months. He just doesn't want it no more.
Now another thing I want to ask, because I've seen this in a lot of kids, mostly like in their late teens and early 20s. So, for example, like if they see 2 slices of pizza on the table, someone else is eating it, did your son ever have that urge to just take it off the table? And grab it?
Absolutely.
Does he still have that now?
No. So we used to go to a restaurant, so he would just reach out and grab things and just put it in his
Same
mouth.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I met a bunch of kids in the pizzeria where I live in Oyster Bay, and it was with a mother and I think the grandma with a beautiful son. Maybe he was 19, 20, and I was having 2 slices, relaxing. And as he passed me, he grabbed one of the slices and he put it in his mouth.
Yeah.
And then the mother and the grandma said, "Oh, excuse me." I said, "No, the guy's hungry. He doesn't want to wait." In those days, I didn't know what was going on, but it's sort of like they're not able to control
No, they're
their
not.
behavior. But a good sign is when they can start controlling your behavior. Then you know things are changing.
Absolutely. And
So now you think your boys they control
Oh,
themselves?
for sure.
That's amazing.
100%. I mean, the only thing I can say about my big son, Justin, is that if Jordan has some left, he's going to go over there and
get it.
finish
Well,
it
it's his
off.
brother. That's his
yeah,
brother.
he's going to finish it off. But,
That's okay. That's
but-
normal stuff.
No, but as far as grabbing other people's stuff, no, he won't do that.
That's really good.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
won't do that.
See, like Robbie loves Arizona.
Me too.
Okay, so that was one of the. Whenever he did something good, I used to put him in the car and go get an Arizona iced tea. That was me saying to you, thank you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but it wasn't one. It was always either one and then tap me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, after the therapy, I'll take him when I want to reward him with something. Say, come on, let's go get it, and he'll drink one, and that's it.
No kidding.
And he won't ask for another one.
So it's not really compulsive behavior. It's just normal
Normal
activity.
day, yes.
didn't
It's
make-
he's getting into the way we are, right?
That's what
So we know that we cannot drink 20 espressos because we're not going to feel good, right? So we're able to control ourselves. He wasn't able at all. He wasn't able at all. He could actually drink 5 gallons of iced tea.
So the good
No
news
problem.
is, from where we started from the very beginning, things have calmed down,
Tremendously.
and the kids are more in touch with
Yes.
their parents, their family environment. They're able to control themselves. So we're not that far away.
I mean, like the fact that he knows himself a lot more, it's outstanding. He knows himself a lot more because he's able to stop his compulsive behavior, and that's very hard to do even for us. You know,
It's habit forming.
it's a habit forming behavior, and he was able to slowly come out of it. And you know, when before the therapy, he was on every other thing, right? And now that he's off of 99% of everything that he used to have, and he's only on the therapy, what I see is we're moving forward because he's getting a lot better. This is what we're seeing now at home, right? So we're seeing the back effect of what we used to do with him. So what's coming out from him is he's almost sometimes in a state of confusion, you know, because he knows that what he used to do before was not right. He will stop himself from doing the repetitive stuff that he used to do because of the other therapies that we had him on.
Oh.
So now what we're seeing with the new therapy is able to not to go there. And the fact that means that you have a reasoning why not to go there. Before that reasoning wasn't there because it was just a repetitive motion.
Which is compulsive.
It was compulsive, yeah. So now he's completely out of that. And I think he's more confused about, you know, he came off of so many therapies, right? That they all leave behind something,
Some residue.
some residue of whatever. And that's what's stopping him from completely,
I see.
you know, going forward the way he should be. That's why I said at the beginning that his language is not there yet, but his understanding of language is a lot more. It's increased. It's increased 1,000 times.
Well, he understands, but the only resistance or some wall is his mind is at a state where he understands everything,
Right.
but he can't talk as fast to
Yeah,
respond.
yeah. I think that's one of the. I think that's well said. So it's almost like learning a new language for him. But he does understand when you speak to him directly, and the fact that he cannot answer back, the way of him answering back is by not doing the repetitive stuff that he used to do 3-4 months ago.
Ah.
So I don't know if it makes sense.
So it makes a lot of
Because-
he's able to comprehend though
A lot more.
what you're saying.
A lot more.
Yeah.
He comprehends a lot more than I even know, but I can feel it because when we speak to him, it's not just my wife, my other 2 kids. He relates a lot more than 3-4 months ago, where he would be just, you could talk to him and he would be absent. He would go into his fidgeting, he would go into his walking around, he would go into his grabbing. Now it's just like, Robbie, can you please sit down because we gotta eat? And he sits down because he's gotta eat. So that's something that 3 or 4 months ago, it was impossible. It wasn't It wasn't. It was just physically impossible for him to do, mentally and physically. He couldn't hold himself in that chair for more than 2 minutes, and then he would get up and then just walk around and walk around and walk around. So, for an example, if we were all sitting at the table, and then he would sit, he would want me to eat as quickly as he did because he wanted me to get up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so you gotta take me out. So eat, give me the plate. And now it's different. Now it's, listen, let me eat. When I'm ready, we put our shoes on and we'll go out. Wow. So he'll sit down, walk around a little bit, sit down, but not aggressively, not demanding. You know, and that's amazing.
It's funny, I'm sitting here smiling because Justin, my big twin, he would, when he's finished eating, this, and I'm not talking about 3 or 4 months, I'm talking about this probably was like a couple of years ago. He would take your plate and throw it in the garbage too.
Yes, I've seen that.
Because he wants you to be finished when he's finished.
I've seen that too.
So I know exactly what you're talking about.
I've seen that too. He used to do the same thing. He used to actually throw the forks, knives, and everything into the with not a problem. And then just get up.
Now I want to ask you a question. It's a deep question. So, has there ever been a moment where your son said to you, "Thank you," or
"Thank you"?
That he's feeling better. Thank you. Anything like that?
In the last 3 months, whenever we do something for him, right, there is language when he says, he doesn't say thank you, but I know that that's what he means. Thank you. You know, you can hear you can actually hear him trying to say thank you to you in his own way, because like I said, his language is coming out really, really slow.
But in the last 2 weeks, have you noticed anything like that he feels grateful that he's changing? Like his consciousness, he understands now, and he's like, okay, Dad. Maybe he didn't say it, but do you feel like he's like, Dad, I'm feeling better, you know?
He goes in and out of it, to tell you the truth, because I can see times where he giggles and he's happy. He giggles and he's happy because he feels better. And then there's time, like I said, I have to he still has the effect of whatever happened to him all these years. He's 28 years old, you know, and he's been on so many things that it's very hard for him at this moment to completely 100% tell me what he wants to say. But I know that when I look at him, you know, you can see the expression in their eyes, right? Mm-hmm. So 3 days ago he was taking a shower, and he was as happy as when somebody hits the lotto.
Wow.
You know, because I was there.
Was he singing?
No, I cannot explain it to you. It's like a giggling inside, and the happiness just comes out. You know, when you see somebody that you haven't seen in a million years, and you just want to squeeze them, that's the happiness that he would never do that. He would never do that before. He wasn't able to do that because he didn't have that emotion, and now that emotion is coming out slowly, but it's coming out. And I think that you know, the fact that, you know, what we used to deal like before, 2, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I mean, it was incredibly trying, right? It was like a trial. It was like you're standing trial, and you know, I mean, I could be sitting in my chair, and he would be there, and we knew the telltale sign when he used to be ready to be aggressive. You can see the signs, right? So one of his signs would be he would kiss you, but in his mind there was something else going on. So he would grab my shirt.
Something was bothering you.
Something was really bothering him, and it wasn't because I didn't take him out. Because
he didn't feel good.
Maybe he didn't feel good, and his thoughts were all over the place. He couldn't process them. You know, maybe, who knows? If I just took him out, and then we sit down for a minute, he would want to go out again. Even though that when we came inside the house, I would say to him, "Are you happy?" And he would go, "Uh-huh." And then 2 minutes later, he would want to go out again. And if you didn't understand him, that's where his aggressiveness.
It just comes out of nowhere, like ringing in the ears or some other thing that's very painful, and they don't know how to express themselves, and then they get angry because they're saying, "God, this hurts. I can't do this anymore." And that's when they grab you sometimes, when they feel that pain or something. It's like, oh, you know, they got to hold on to something.
Yeah, Justin used to do the same thing though, and I think it was because he couldn't express himself, and he wanted what he wanted at that moment in time, immediately, and I didn't know what he wanted, so he's grabbing me to.
Did you feel it was something here? Maybe go to the bathroom?
See, with Justin, always went to the bathroom.
So it's not there.
With Jordan now, it was different because Jordan was always constipated. He always was constipated. But Justin is a better eater than Jordan, as far as vegetables, as far as fruits, as far as stuff. He's a way better.
Did he ever grab his chest like with heartburn? Did you ever see him grab his chest?
Never seen him grab.
62.
Never seen him grab his chest. 62%. Okay. I've never seen him grab his chest.
His ear, anything grab?
Ear though. I've definitely seen him grab.
Things that it's very hard, and especially from a dad's point of view, is when you see your own son trying to be so aggressive, not only to yourself but to your wife, to your other siblings, because you try your hardest not to get involved into that aggression, but trying to stop it. And it's so, to me, it was so, I felt so powerless. Even though I could hold them, even though I could stop the aggression, I felt so powerless. And in my mind, I was like, how do you handle something like this when it's your own son trying to hurt you? Because many times, I mean, I don't know about you, Daryl, but many times I got scratched to bloody.
But do you think that's really your son?
It was my son. No, I don't think.
not your
I
son.
tell you what it was. I tell you what it was. So every time that Robbie used to go into an aggressive, destructive behavior, because he had plenty of those. I mean, you could talk to any family member, and you can talk to his that he goes to, and they were horrendous. I've been in a situation where I had to run from my job because even the people that they're trained to stop, they have I think it's called skip, okay? They were, they couldn't handle him. It was almost to the point where 5, 6 grown big guys were not able to handle his aggression. So for me, when I used to see Robbie get like that, it wasn't him. There was somebody else in his body. It was like he was possessed from another entity, He would change his own face. It wasn't even the same face. His eyes would change, the color of his skin and the tension in his face would change. If I would have took a picture and then put it against the picture that I have now, you would think it's not the same human being. Like I was saying to you before, right? The fact that you feel hopeless, the fact that you don't know why this is happening to you. Anyway, that's another question, right? Why me? Why? You feel like I felt like a failure at times. I really did. I felt like, is this because of something that I did? Is this? And so you go through the whole points. Is it genetic? He still has that withdrawal from the therapies that he used to have before. I can see it like, with the stuff that he does that he never did, right? The tics, the sudden movement, he never had that before. Now he's calmer, he's more relaxed with himself, and he's trying to fight all this stuff on his own, which that's great.
He's trying to figure it out.
He's trying to figure it out, and why am I doing this?
Right.
How come before I didn't do this and now I'm doing this? What's this feeling all about? Yeah, so it's a struggle for any parent, right? That goes through this with autism, because number one, there's so much disinformation out there that it's incredible.
Exactly.
The disinformation is people preying on people like they have no heart completely.
He's conscious that you're not giving him the old therapies. He knows that.
Oh yeah. Not only is he conscious about what's happening to him, right? But he understands. For example, when I give him, I don't know if it's the same thing with you, but when I give him the supplement, they look for it.
Oh, they want it right away.
Right away.
Right away. I mean, my big boy Justin, if I don't give it to him, he'll go in the box himself
And get it.
grab it and give it for me to open it so he can take it.
Yes, and I see the same thing with Robbie. When I say it's time for your supplement, he's like, okay. And
I think that just calms. I think they know that that's going to calm them down.
yes, and give them yes, absolutely. I'm 100% sure, because Robbie, not only does he drink it, but he makes sure that every drop goes up.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, which is something like.
Usually
well,
they're scared. They don't want to take stuff.
Not only, but even when he was drinking, like if he drinks water, he'll drink the whole water, and if there's some on it, he'll just
Yeah,
leave it.
yeah.
This stuff over here, they just
He
try
knows.
to
He
drip
knows it's
it.
helping him. He knows
He knows
it's
it's
helping. He
helping.
knows it's helping him. He
So
feels sure.
it's hard. I mean, you know, if I had to redo something different, I don't know how I would do it. But if I would have to say that, if anybody asks me like, how did you do it? What made you go through this? Because it would have been easier for me to go, you know what? What's the best alternative? Put him somewhere, you know.
Well, you know, it's a lot of, and I hate to say it though, but it's a lot of households that go their separate ways because of this,
Yes.
or put their children in homes because they just can't deal with it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, that like it truly takes, I'm gonna say it, special people to deal with it, because it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was telling my younger self, I would say you're gonna need patience to the 100th power, because it takes a ton of patience. And then, not only do I have one, I have two boys, twin boys who are autistic. So it's like you deal with one behavioral issue, and then another one has another different type of behavioral issue. So it's like you're getting around the clock different situations. But patience has been. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm a man. I can tell you, there's times where I just cried
Right.
because it's like you. I mean, if we're being real. You ask God why me?
It matters.
Like, did I do something?
No.
I mean, but you question because, why did my kids have to turn out like this? Or, but then after a while, it's like, you just grab the bull by the horns, like, we're going to deal with it. And then I started doing a whole bunch of research, which really turned up nothing.
Yeah, basically, you're right.
You know what I mean? I mean, to be honest with you, I understand diet and stuff like that, but that doesn't permanently fix anything. So that's why with the therapeutic, it's been truly a blessing because their behavior issues have calmed all the way down. Now I could truly see my kids and what, like, their different personalities and how they act different, and you could really see it come out of them now. Before it was just a lot of behavioral issues, and that was, I mean, we know as parents, you don't have your kid if you have to deal with all these behaviors, and especially my big boy, he liked to grab a lot.
And now too?
No, not now. But before, he liked to grab a hold. When I say grab, and he's strong.
Yeah.
He's literally grabbing me, pulling me. I'm not knowing what he wants.
He wants your attention.
He definitely wants my attention, but it's like he can't explain it to me. So, and I get a little confused because I don't know what he wants. So it's tough. I mean, I'll tell any parent, it's tough going through this, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
And not only that, right? So even when the aggression begins, from when the aggression begins to when eventually they give up or they get tired and stop, and then those 2 seconds that you have with your kids where they hug you, and then you forget about everything. It just goes away in a second.
100%.
So
That's the best feeling, though.
Yeah.
They can have these behavior issues for hours, but those 2 seconds or 5 minutes that you get to where your kids, you see the love that they have for you, that means everything.
Yeah, and that's what actually drives you.
Mm-hmm.
That for me, that's where I get my stimulus from, my energy.
Mm-hmm.
For that 30 seconds that I could have with him hugging me or kissing me, or just being with me, just 2 seconds on the couch. Now it's different. Now I know that when he kisses me because he kisses me. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like that feeling. You can feel it. It's not like a robotic response to what you want him to do. Now it's just a hug, and I tell him all the time. Now he hugs me, and I say, "Robbie, this is not a hug, man. Come on." And he grabs me and he just holds me.
Goodbye.
So it's
6:28.
Okay, by 7. Tell Jojo by 7.
By 7.
Go tell Jojo.
That was easy. Was it always that easy?
Oh no. No
By
way,
7.
no. The reasoning was not there.
He went to tell.
Yeah, he was telling me by 7. The reasoning was never, before, never there.
He would just stand there and say, let's go.
Oh no, he was staying here until I get up and go.
Yeah.
I couldn't, there would be no,
He's better than I am. If you were my father, I said, Dad, you told me, let's get out of here, let's go. So for him just to say 7, and he just left.
And he just went
He
to
didn't
tell his
argue.
brother.
and he told him.
He didn't
How
argue.
demeanor as well, because there are a lot of kids.
Yeah, it's
that
amazing.
kids can get.
Yeah, even me, I wouldn't.
By
I would tell
7,
my
okay,
dad.
big boy?
That's amazing.
Okay, Jojo?
Yeah.
Okay. You okay?
Here's that rock star. Where's that music?
Yeah, it's difficult. You have times when you want to give up, but then you can't. You can't. I mean, the blessing is that, like you said before, you're always searching for something and you're researching for something. and there is that, and the light at the end of the tunnel, is finding something like this. And I know that a lot of people are going to say, yeah, you're just trying to
sell something,
or you're just trying to sound important. But I got to tell you, I don't care about myself.
Right. Absolutely.
As much as I care about my kid.
Exactly.
It really doesn't matter, So whenever I talk to somebody about this therapy, even people that I know that I share things with, right? For example, there was somebody that came to my workplace, and he talked to me about it because I never made an effort to hide that I had a third kid because he had autism. They used to say, Max, how many kids you have? 3. How come they're not here? You only have 2. I said, because he has autism, he can't be here. So a lot of people relate that they have autistic kids, so they will come to my place of business and they say, how's he doing? And then you start talking about your kid and my kid and share stories. And even it's funny because I just shared this with a parent, and he shared what he's going through with his kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I says, listen, just watch the YouTube videos. This is not about selling a product. I don't want to sell you anything. This is about me telling you as a father, right? Try it because this is the experience that we're having in my family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's like day and night. And it's not something that it used to be like the old therapies, right? The old therapies, you take 2 milligrams of this for 30 days and see the result. So for 30 days, it would be good. And then you'll be like, oh my God, I found the Holy Grail. And then 31 days later, you're back again into the...
Well, you're worse off.
Worst off. Now this has been 3 months for us, three and a half months, something like that, and he has gone from 1 to 100 in his aggressive behavior to -10.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to tell people, not because I want to sell something, but I try to tell people, listen, we're getting to be alive.
Yes.
As a family also.
Yes.
Not just as a nucleus, we want to go on vacation. Now I have a hope that I can put them on a plane.
You're not going to use your kids as an example to try to sell something. To
No,
somebody.
no,
This is
no.
actual live things that happen for you and your families, and you want to share this with everybody.
And you're right. So the other day, you and I were speaking, and my wife was I was on speakerphone, and I said to my wife, I said, tell Daryl how Robbie's doing. And you can hear the excitement in her voice.
All right, 100%.
It was happiness. It wasn't, so we were using the same thing, right? So that she could have said simply, he's okay, he's better. It was the excitement, So when I share something like that, it's because I know what you're going through. And what are you going through? When you have every disease in the world is a terrible disease. Every disease in the world is a terrible disease. But when you have something like autism that runs 24/7, non-stop,
And it affects your children.
and it affects your children, it affects your life, it affects everything. You want to share as much as possible with anyone that can listen to get better. That's going to change your life. That's a different feeling when you see your kid sitting down and not getting up and not trying to grab you and not screaming, not yelling. This is about lifestyle.
This is decades of dealing with it too.
Yeah, I dealt with it for 28 years. 28 years. 28 years of non-stop.
It's emotionally, it's like a roller coaster. I mean, because you never know. And I would say this like this: what type of kid that you're going to get on this day?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You just never know.
No.
I mean, you can get sometimes a little sweet for maybe an hour, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Switch on a dime.
Mm-hmm.
And now even if he does sometimes switch on a dime, right? And I said, Robbie, that's not what you're supposed to do. And he gets taken back and stops. And he never did that. He would go 1,000 miles an hour and then crash when he burned. Now it's like, okay, so I'm not supposed to do that. All right, I won't do it, but can you help me out with this? So the reasoning is there, they're starting to, that's why I say he's more in tune with himself.
100%. And I would tell parents too, nobody's here trying to sell you anything, but at the end of the day, what is normal? Like you hear parents say, I want my kid to be normal.
Right.
But what's normal? Everybody's normalcy is different. Some could be 40%, 50%, 70%. Who knows what normalcy is? But one thing I can say is their behavioral issues will definitely calm down.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Where you will feel like you have your life back. That's 100%.
I'm actually, you know, I think I have another month of this, you know, and then put him on the plane, and because he loves the water.
Mm.
He loves water, he loves the beach, he loves the pool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I wanna just, my goal is to take him to a vacation on a plane, and that's unfortunately because of his condition, he's never, you know, he's never been there.
So as you heard, we're all going in the right direction.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. That's the positive, is that everything is moving forward, and not only is it moving forward, but it's moving forward positively, and it's not moving back negatively. In other words, it's moving and it's steady. It's there. It's like building building blocks. You know, you got
Consistent. It's consistent.
Yeah, it's consistent. You put the first block, and now slowly you're building that stair. The fact of the matter is that this therapy, right, is so much different, because in no less than 3 months, I saw 100% improvement. And people say, yeah, but is he talking? And you know, that's not the question that you should ask. Is he talking? You know, because you don't know what I went through in
For
my
28
own house
years.
for 28 years.
No
You know,
sleep.
when I couldn't sleep for 2 hours and I had to work for 12, and now I can sleep for 10 hours and I go to work with a smile. You know, that's 100. That's 1,000%.
And you still look pretty. Can you imagine what you look? You probably look 20
Oh, I want to look.
You still look good.
Because people want instant gratification. It's
Right.
like when you have something, they think it's supposed
Exactly.
to happen overnight. And that's just, I mean, look, your son, he had autism for 28 years. He's
Right.
not going to be solved overnight.
No.
My
If
boys are
something
14.
works too fast, it's dangerous.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not the last.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I believe that it's the fact that, like you said before, right? Every child on the spectrum has different, you know, almost the same but different goals,
Mm-hmm.
right? So my goal when I started this was, I didn't start this with my goal to say he's gonna speak in 3 months.
Right.
My goal was, wait a minute, if he just sits down and watches TV with me,
That's a check.
I am, yeah, that's a check. And I've done that. So I wasn't able to do it for 28 years. Well, 28, no, he
And
was
how long
small,
can
I
he
could sit him in front
How
of the
long can
TV.
he sit at TV?
Last time he sat for 2 hours with me, watching TV. So for me, you know, if somebody would say, does the therapy work? Yes, 1,000,000%, because he never done it before. And he's free of any other agent that I was putting in his body. So you can't say, well, it's because he's taking that and maybe now that's working. No, because he doesn't have nothing else in his body right now except for this therapy. So you can't, you know, it is because of this.
Nobody can tell you.
No, they can't, you can't refute
Well, they
it.
can't say it anyway because my kids have never taken any other therapy but this. So,
Right.
for sure. In Max's case, he's been through tons of different therapies. So he knows that this therapy is what it's doing for his kid. Can't nobody tell you.
No, nobody can tell me that that's not what it is. It's impossible. And as a matter of fact, like we said like last time, I told you last time, my parents were very, don't give him anything, what are you doing? Don't take him out of whatever he's taking because you're gonna mess him up and then you're gonna regret it. And then when we went to the party, you know, wow, what are you doing? What is this kid taking? Well, how come he's different? How come he's sitting down? How come, you know, don't stop. Now it's don't stop. And so every day I get when I talk to my mother, is Robbie the same? Because my mother is like almost superstition to the point where it's gonna go backwards. Now, you know? Yeah, it's not true. Am I waking up for a dream? And I said, no, he's sleeping, he's doing his things, he's calm. Yes, you know. So nobody can tell me that it's not working.
All in all, we can say that we're going in the right direction, and the therapeutic is the answer. I would definitely
Absolutely,
say
100%.
Okay, well, you know what? I can't wait to see where we are 2-3 more months down the road. So let's come back again. Come back
Absolutely.
again in a week. We'll keep seeing, you know, how the kids are progressing, and then we'll just take it from there. Good talking with you guys once again.
Good talking to you. Thank you.